Dear friends, welcome to our new video. If you are not subscribed the channel, please hit subscribe button and activate the bell button. In this video, we will answer the question of how to increase your IQ. Simple techniques for increasing your intelligence levels immediately. You may drastically improve your IQ in as little as 10 minutes. Here are a couple of approaches to taking care of this. Increasing your intelligence is something you should think about doing. You can, of course, use mental exercises and tactics to help you succeed. These are, however, long-term methods that must be implemented on a regular basis to be effective. Consider the scenario in which you only have 10 minutes to enhance your IQ right now. People's general intellect level, which may be determined by measuring their intelligence quotient, IQ, can be determined by taking the intelligence quotient, IQ, exam. In just 10 minutes, you can significantly improve your intelligence. Why don't you make an effort to improve your intelligence level? There is no reason why you should be unable to benefit from the mental exercises and strategies that are accessible. These, on the other hand, are long-term tactics that must be implemented on a consistent basis. Consider the scenario in which you only have 10 minutes to enhance your IQ right now. In order to do well in any crucial meeting, test, or other key event in your life, you would need to perform at your peak IQ. If you need results right away, rather than fighting about intellect, try these ways. Increase your IQ by taking a deep breath. Slow, deep breaths should be taken through your nose. You'll feel a lot better once you've done this, and you'll be better able to keep your cool and preserve your composure. Deep breathing raises the amount of oxygen in your blood, which has a positive effect on the performance of your brain. A brain that has been calmed down is significantly more effective. As a result, nose breathing puts additional strain on the diaphragm, forcing the lungs to work harder in order to keep up with the demand for oxygen. If you want to rapidly boost your IQ, this is the quickest and most straightforward method of doing so. Meditation, which involves paying attention to your breathing, is another technique to decompress. Relax and pay attention to your breathing while sitting in a position that feels comfortable to you. Breathe in and out through your nose for a few deep breaths. This will assist you in relaxing and de-stressing. Even though you'll be thinking about things, try to ignore them and focus on your breathing instead. Take a few minutes to complete this task. Proper posture and exercise can help you boost your intelligence quotient. It doesn't matter what circumstance you're in. How you position yourself has a direct impact on the amount of information that becomes available to you. Experiment with doing a math problem while slouching or napping, and then experiment with accomplishing the same thing when sitting erect. The later position is preferred since it allows you to think more clearly when you are in the latter position. While you should engage in some form of physical activity, your routine should not be too rigorous. Maintain a level of activity that is just intense enough to raise your heart rate and start blood flowing to your brain. When it comes to enhancing your IQ, aerobics is a better alternative than strolling. A good night's sleep is also necessary for maintaining normal brain function and functioning. However, sleep quality is just as important as sleep duration when it comes to health. How to eat in order to raise your intelligence. It has been demonstrated that the ginkgo biloba tree increases blood flow to the brain. Alternatively, it can be consumed as a herbal tea or supplemented with capsules as a dietary supplement. It also has the added benefit of improving memory and focus. When used on a daily basis, the results are instant and remain for a long time. Caffeine has been shown to have an IQ-enhancing effect. Taking a test after drinking coffee in any form has been found to boost your overall performance in studies conducted to date. Keep in mind, however, that the impact lasts only a short period of time, and that chronic usage of caffeine may result in severe side effects as well as positive advantages. Reduce your sugar intake to a bare minimum. Any carbohydrate, when consumed in large quantities, can create mental fog. After you have high blood sugar levels, insulin is pumped into your system, which hinders your ability to think rationally. If you want to be able to think clearly, avoid any carbohydrates, such as white flour, sugar, and potatoes, as much as you possibly can. Finally, it all comes down to results. No one can say for certain whether or not these strategies are effective in raising one's IQ level. In some cases, a high exam score will be vital to your future success, but this is not always the case. Instead than wasting time discussing whether or not the mentioned tactics are helpful at increasing IQ, why not put them to use? Ultimately, only your IQ test results are important. There is no reason not to use these tactics as long as you are getting enough sleep, drinking lots of coffee, and keeping your back straight, all of which contribute to a higher IQ. You will be better prepared to deal with any issue that comes your way if you follow these suggestions. As a result, use common sense and refrain from discussing intelligence quotient, IQ, and its many definitions. I'm sure you've all heard of Henry Ford by now. Do you have any clue how intelligent he was? He was the most innovative thinker of the 20th century because he surrounded himself with other innovative intellectuals. In and of itself, that's a 20-point increase in intelligence. I believe you have grasped the essence of what I'm attempting to say. To put it another way, if you want to be inventive, you should employ problem-solving approaches such as these. Trying anything out can be accomplished in a variety of ways. The ability to retain twice as much knowledge about the subject matter as someone who does not speed read will be enhanced by regular practice. In the course of your lifetime, the achievements or successes you achieve will be visible to everyone else on the planet. The Mona Lisa, the Empire State Building, and other such structures will be remembered by history, not your IQ score. Using creativity to achieve success and progress. A large number of individuals feel that progress is the ultimate goal of any civilization, but the majority of us find it difficult to adjust to new situations. People of all ages and backgrounds require time to become acclimated to a new environment, whether it's just learning how to use a new tool, cooking an unfamiliar food, or locating a new bus stop. So many people adhere to the status quo because doing what they've always done is more convenient than changing their habits. This video makes extensive use of psychology, advice, and creative problem solving. Despite common assumption that progress is the ultimate goal of a society, the majority of people have a difficult time accepting anything new. Even if it's anything as easy as learning to use a new tool, preparing a new meal, or locating a new bus stop, everyone requires some time to become acclimated to their new surroundings. So many people stick to the status quo because it's much easier to continue doing what they've always done, which is understandable. There are a variety of normal actions that occur throughout a person's day, such as driving a car, getting dressed, and eating. The majority of these actions are carried out mechanically, with little or no consideration given to them. The utilization of automatic procedures saves brain time by avoiding the need for physical labor. However, many people take advantage of this built-in capability of the brain to their advantage. As a result of becoming cliché, they speak in the same way, eat in the same restaurants, and shop at the same supermarkets on a regular basis. People share the same perspective throughout their entire life. Because it's much easier to do the same thing every day, say the same thing every day, and strain one's brain to come up with something new than it is to make progress in one's life. It's obvious that people settle for cliché, because it's much easier to do the same thing every day, say the same thing every day, and strain one's brain to come up with something new. Still, there are a variety of occupations that need creativity as well as the capacity to maintain one's sense of direction in unfamiliar situations. A curveball is thrown at us on a daily basis, and it is hard to anticipate every circumstance. In any country, the economic and political environment shifts from month to month or year to year, with consequences that extend over a wide range of facets of daily life. Those who wish to prosper in today's world must think beyond the box. Because suitable working and living situations are impossible to discover if nothing changes or if unexpected events occur. There aren't many people who are both innovative thinkers and doers in today's environment. Creative thinkers, whether in business, art, or politics, are more likely to be successful than those who do not employ their innate capacity to think creatively. It is not only about gaining personal achievement that creative and imaginative people strive for. They also contribute to the advancement of society as a whole. Therefore, it is vital that you engage in creative thinking and eliminate as many cliché points of view as possible from your mind. First and foremost, in order to think creatively, one must distinguish between activities that require cliché thinking, such as ordinary daily tasks like driving a car, and those that demand creativity, such as writing, such as work, business, education, upbringing of children. Because most people only utilize 4 to 5% of their brain's ability to think in daily life, don't be afraid to put your mind to work. Engage in your regular activities, such as job or family, in a creative manner, and continue to learn new things about your company. Remember that creative and imaginative individuals are not deterred by unplanned or unique life circumstances and changes, since they can always find a way to adjust and progress in their lives. What are your options when it comes to selecting the tattoo design of your desires today? While it is true that getting tattoos is a method to express oneself to others, I would also argue that getting good body art makes you stand out and be noticed. The results of a recent survey revealed that 24% of Americans between the ages of 18 and 50 have tattoos. This translates to almost 1 out of every 4 people. The most popular motivation for getting a tattoo is to express yourself and make a statement about your identity. With this in mind, it's no surprise that so many individuals have second thoughts about getting tattoos in the first instance. There have been numerous instances in which people have gotten tattoos without giving much attention to why they got them in the first place, or without considering the various possible tattoo designs that were available. As a result, it is vital to select the appropriate tattoo design at the outset. Being impulsive is a surefire way to end up in trouble. Tattoos that infringe on intellectual property rights are difficult to remove and are expensive to have removed. Instead of paying for it later, learn this lesson now and save money in the future. On this particular subject, that is all I have to say. To get you started on your hunt for the perfect tattoo design, here are a few ideas to consider. Do not shop around for the cheapest studio or artist. Instead, focus on quality and value. Make a thorough search for the most talented local artist. Describe to me what it is about having a tattoo that you find appealing. Take into consideration the fact that people are constantly falling in and out of love. In the event that you have a tattoo of Kim on your chest, Rosie will not be impressed. Tattoos serve as a permanent monument to loved ones who have passed away for a large proportion of the population. It is possible to choose symbols and designs that have personal importance. You might be able to tell me about an image that holds a special meaning for you. Not to worry, as the majority of people are visual learners by nature, and there is a wealth of tattoo design resources available for you to peruse. At your local bookshop, you can find tattoo books, design books, theme books, and periodicals that interest you. You can look through a tattoo artist's portfolio for inspiration for your own ink. It's easy to look it up on the internet. There are several websites that demand a modest amount in exchange for access to a large number of designs. After you've printed them off, you can hand them over to your tattoo artist for him or her to utilize. Choose a color from the palette. Relax. Take a time to consider this. Take a few days to think about it and come up with a solution. Maintain your composure and wait for the appropriate opportunity. A word of caution. When it comes to job interviews, getting tattoos might put a negative light on your overall personality and character. As a result, the tattoo's placement on your body is in good working order. I wish you the best of luck in your pursuit of your dream tattoo design. I believe that obtaining good body art will make you stand out and be different from everyone else. Although some people believe that getting tattoos is a means to express oneself to others, I do not consider this to be true. If you liked the video, press like and have a look on the references in the description box.